That was weird. Yo, yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What the hell is good? What is good, y'all? Wow. Hmm. 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 You okay? You gonna work today? Or is it by design? Yo. 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 Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Penny, what up? What up? Alright. Yeah, because the shit's tweaking. Hmm. 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 Are we sure that this is just all on the up and up, or are we being sabotaged? Because as some of you may be aware, we clearly didn't. Jay, what up, my guy? What's good? If you are aware or not aware, I was just suspended yet again for 7 days, yet again on TikTok, yet again for who knows what, yet again. Hate speech. Hate speech. I got shut down because I was saying, hey, if you want to suck cock, it's okay. It's okay if you're gay. I don't know. I guess that's hateful. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just such a hateful person. You know what I'm saying? Like I just every time that I say that hey, being gay is okay, that's hate. That's totally hate. And then they found out, when I did my appeal, they found in mere seconds, even though I streamed for like 3, 4 hours. Nope, you totally violated. Totally violated. Yeah, social media is trash these days. And that's what we're going to talk about. Trash social. No, we're going to talk about enshitification, y'all. Enshitification. What the hell is that? What is enshitification? And why is it important? Why is it so important that we talk about enshitification? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, enshitification. So apparently, there's a digital rights activist named Cory Doctorow who coined the phrase, coined the term to describe a process that he would observe in all these digital platforms, but you can extrapolate it to pretty much all of business, all of economics. We see it all the time. We see it all of the time, right? Perfect example, Netflix, right? Netflix blew the hell up because, now before we even talk about Netflix, let's go back to Blockbuster. Remember that? Yeah, I know. Y'all might be too young to understand. Y'all might not even remember Blockbuster. Yeah. See, Blockbuster was this company, right? It was this place, this set of chains you could go to where you could rent movies and video games, among other things, right? You could go, you could say, hey, I don't really want to pay full price for a new movie I ain't never seen, but I'll rent it, check it out, see if it's dope. But back then, we had what's called physical media. Like these things you see behind me. See, there are these things called, wait for it now, compact discs, CDs, DVDs. Jay know what I'm talking about. CDs. So you can actually go and rent these things called CDs and DVDs where you could like take them back to the crib and actually consume the content for a limited amount of time. and then you could bring them back. And if you didn't bring them back on time, you will get hit with what's called a late fee. Yeah, a late fee. Well, Netflix had a new business model. They said, hey, for one, you could digitally stream our stuff because, you know, streaming technology was starting to come out. And not only that, you can also borrow some of our our physical media, well, mostly DVDs, right? And so that made it more convenient for people to consume the content, to watch movies. Blockbuster had the ability to buy them out, but they was like, you know what? We're making so much good money right now. Why let the money train stop? But the problem is that ended up being counterintuitive because since they didn't buy out Netflix, Netflix ended up taking over their market share and putting them out of business, right? And that is a small microcosm of the global issue of what's called enshitification. Because check it out. Yeah, it's very bougie. Didn't used to be that way, but now they have because they got the market share now. So Netflix offered their customers a low cost, more convenient way of consuming content. That's how they were able to undercut Blockbuster. It's like, hey, why would I get my ass up and go to a Blockbuster when I could just sit right here on my laptop, computer, whatever device you're using, and I could just go to Netflix and just stream it right here. I ain't got to take a ride nowhere. I ain't got to worry about late fees at all. That's super convenient. Well, here's the problem. As I'm sure many of you are aware, now that Netflix has a huge chunk of the market share of the video rental, whatever you want to call it, market, well, now they can say, all right, time to make some money now. So they used to have this feature, right, where you could share your plan with everybody in your family, your friends, or whoever you wanted to. They say, you know what? We ain't cool with that. We need to make as much money as possible. So, yeah, you sharing with your friends and family, wrong. Knock it off. We need to make the money. So, no, you can't do that no more. Oh, by the way, you know, those low prices that you enjoy, no longer. We're increasing our prices more and 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 more. Get that money, baby. Get that money, baby. Get that money. Hey! That means higher prices for the consumer. What the hell? That sucks. Oh, and then check this out, right? Even though all the movies are digitally streamed, we ain't even got there. You skipping ahead, goddammit. Listen. Listen, shut up. Now you can talk. Stop going ahead of me. Alright? Check it out. So then they have movies in their digital database, but they have no problem removing movies. If you were planning to watch a movie at some time, sorry, can't do that. It's no longer available. And yes, as Penny was just alluding to, those pesky ass advertisements, right? Because, see, one of the things about getting a premium service is that you don't have to watch ads, because one of the main things about any industry, advertising is the most important aspect of all of business. Because if I want to make money, I have to let you know, hey, I have this product, I have this service that you need to consume. Buy my product, buy my product, buy my service, buy my service. So advertisers end up helping a lot of these organizations, a lot of these businesses to make money. Which, of course, is annoying as hell. Because when we use a product or service, we just want to use the product or service. No more of the bullshit. You don't want to be watching me live and then have it stop and say, "Hey, I want you to check out our sponsors at Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends, the great." No, 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 no. No, I'm not playing a shitty game. I don't care how many commercials you show me. I don't care how many ads you show me. I am not interested. I'm not. But these companies that advertise have the ability to pay for the advertising, which helps support various creators, various businesses, so that they can do what they do, which is one of the problems of enshitification. Advertising runs and rules everything, which means that advertisers can control how you conduct yourself on a certain platform, right? We don't have advertising here, mostly because we don't get no fucking views. But if I had advertisers, if I grew to the point where I could get advertisers, they could tell me, yeah, well, we don't want to advertise on the video where you're using certain language or you're talking about certain subjects. Matter of fact, if you decide to do this, do that, you can't do that. Which is one of the reasons why we see these platforms like Netflix, like YouTube, become so shit. They become worse and worse and worse. That's why we see the censorship worsening, getting worse and absolutely worse. That's why TikTok hates creators like me, because we like to keep it real. We like to tell the truth. And we like to hurt feelings. Some people's feelings need to be hurt. Some people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Some people don't know what the hell they're doing. Or some people do know what they're doing, and what they're doing is actually a detrimental to human progress, to human society, and thus they don't want us to progress at all, which is what we're going to talk about. So enshitification, it refers to the gradual decline in user quality or the user experience of a platform over time, typically driven by profit-seeking behaviors. So this is what they do. They entice you with a great experience, low prices, all these different bells and whistles and what have you, snickerdoodles. Then they start to build. They build. They grow. They start spreading and spreading and spreading. The money starts coming in, and then they carve out a niche for themselves in whatever particular market that they're in. Like Netflix. Then, once they reach a certain level, now they got to figure out how to make more money. How do we increase our profit shares? How do we increase our gross and net profits? Quarter by quarter, year by year, annually, all that. That's when they start to cut in the corners, and they starting to figure out all these cheap ways to make more money, even if it's to your expense or the expense of business partners. They exploit users and business partners for their own profits. Their own short-term profits, which ends up making our lives fucking hell. You know, they talked about how streaming was supposed to undercut cable. Yeah, you can cut the cable, you can cut the cord. You can cut the cord so that you can stream on our shit. It's easier, it's lower price, and it's just better. Well, now, in modern time, what up, Silk? What up? In the modern day, that shit no longer is true. Because you have all these different streaming services, and they all got their different respective content, and they all keep increasing and increasing the profits. The YouTube, the Paramount Plus, the Apple Plus, the freaking whatever Plus, Max, Hulu. I mean, we could go on down the line. There's just so many streaming services. You might as well get cable now. Every company got an app now. Every company wants you to pay more and more per month or per year. And like Penny said, what they usually do, at least in many cases, like say YouTube, when you use regular YouTube, you are subjected to ad after ad after ad after ad after ad after fucking ad after ad after ad after ad after ad. It's gotten to a point of ridiculousness. To the point now where even if you have a video pause, they can play you an ad. If you have to get up to go to the bathroom, ads. Oh, I'm 2 minutes into the video, ad. 4 minutes to the video, add 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, ads every fucking where. So that's what they do to try to convince you to sign up to the premium version. Oh, see, you can get YouTube Premium and you can be ad free. Yes, exactly. They do it on purpose to make it as annoying and as frustrating as possible to convince you to pay for the premium service, which is ad-free. But even that isn't necessarily the case. They'll show you ads even if you have YouTube Premium. They're starting to do shit like that now, like Penny was saying with Netflix. Oh, now they're starting to show ads on Netflix, even if you're paying for it. Well, I mean, you have to pay for it to use it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, they make the process as annoying and frustrating as possible. Or like if you're watching TV, they show you the same ads over and over and over. Especially if you're watching sports. You're watching the sports program, you're going to see the same ads 20,000 times. Back in the day, they used to show all these different commercials. It was actually kind of enjoyable. But when you see a fucking Toyota Tacoma commercial 22,000 times, and I'm just trying to watch the fucking Bears, what the hell? What the hell? No, I'm not getting a Toyota Tacoma. No, I'm not going to your fall sales event. No, I'm not going to your fall sales event. No, I'm not going to your fall sales event. No. Why do you need to keep showing me these commercials? Why do you need to keep showing me the same fucking commercial? At least diversify the commercials so it's not the same fucking boring ass shit. But you just have to show me the same commercial over and 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 over. Why? Why do I need to see the same commercial all over all the time? The same one? The same one? Sometimes they'll play back to back. You just played this commercial, now you showing me the same commercial right after you just showed me the same commercial. What the fuck? What in the fuck? Sorry, had a little freak out right there. But the point is, we see this happen in business all of the time. We see these companies, they start off, they got a great product, they got a great service, and then once they start getting big and bigger and bigger, and then they carve out a nice chunk of the market share for whatever industry they're in, they can't just be content with, hey, let's make X amount of profits every year and be cool with that. No, it's always the unlimited growth model. We have to make more. It's more and more and more. We have to get more. We have to get more. We need more money. We need more. Hey, sorry guys, but we're announcing that starting today, we're going to be charging you guys 100% more of what you were fucking being charged for the same shit. By the way, we might even remove some features so that we can actually have a tiered payment system so that you can pay more for the same shit that you were just paying for. Because, you know, reasons. Here are other examples. I know, right? But see, that's kind of the problem. You skip it. See, y'all be skipping the fucking head. Y'all be skipping the hell ahead. Skipping the hell ahead. No, with BCIs, the problem could be even more exacerbated. Could be fucking driving the car. We have interrupted your fucking drive to show you this new fucking feature from Squarespace. Squarespace has a new... We've decided to interrupt this perfect dream to show you Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends. Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends in your dreams. In your dreams. So we see enshitification in all these different industries all the time, right? We see these things like in fast food, you know, like they start off, oh, we have these wonderful, wonderful ingredients, high quality ingredients. Then they start cutting corners to getting cheaper ingredients so they can maximize their fucking profits. Or things like airlines where they charge you for fucking first class and all this type of shit, but then, like, you know, they reduce leg room, or they start charging for services that usually were complimentary, you know what I'm saying, or they overbook flights to ensure they can have as many people as possible so that they can make as much money as possible. Oh, there were delays. Oh, there were this, that, and the third. Or we see it in healthcare, right? One of the biggest issues we have in healthcare. Oh, they're charging so much for all these different pills just to help you maintain. They don't care anything about preventing issues because they don't make the money if you don't get sick, right? All these different things. So check it out, right? As a result of enshitification, we have the type of economy, we have the type of political system that we have. As I was telling y'all yesterday, if you were on the tickety tick tock, you don't stop the rock. Check it out, right? Well, you know, they shut me down after I started talking about, you know, COINTELPRO by the FBI, COINTELPRO. Remember how Penny, you remember how we was talking yesterday about how they mostly targeted leftist organizations and movements and stuff like that? How they unalived a whole bunch of fucking political leaders and stuff like that? Unalived student protesters and shit like that? We see these precedents being set all the time. What approval? What approval are you talking about? What approval are you talking about? What approval are you talking about? Ah, yes. Facts. Conspiracies against peaceful protesters. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I don't know, fam. I don't know. You never know, fam. See, that's one of the issues. There's no transparency. I personally think there might have been. Personally, I think fools are watching me. I think that they're taking stock in what we're having to say because this is what we're talking about, and we're gonna get into it. This is one of the reasons why I don't put nothing past the intelligence agencies, corporations, politicians. I don't put nothing past them because what we're talking about could upend their entire way of life, which is literally the issue that we have all the time. This is why I always talk about the great filter hypothesis, right? I talk about it all the time because the fact of the matter is, in order for us to move up on the Kardashev scale, in order for us to create a well-functioning society for ourselves, some of these fools got to take an L. That's just what it is. Some of these fools have to take a loss. Some industries, some corporations, some individuals are going to have to move the fuck around so that we can usher in a new paradigm. It is going to be impossible to progress if we have fools standing directly in the way of progress, when they're doing everything possible to ensure that we can't progress because their profits matter much more than human progress. Oh, what's the great filter, you say? I know y'all know, but for those who are new, those who are watching this later, if possible, check this out, right? We gotta do a little we gotta go back a little bit. So, let's talk about life, real life, right? We exist. We humans, we earthlings, we're on Earth, we exist on this planet. We have this ridiculously vast universe that's potentially infinite. And one of the things that we've noticed is that up to this point, we've discovered all these different things that exist outside of our little home planet of Earth, right? We got the James Webb Space Telescope at the L2 Lagrange point right now. We've had the Hubble Space Telescope in Earth's orbit for the past 30 years. That have discovered so many different things that have completely transformed our understanding of reality. We've discovered all these galaxies, all these stars, all these planets. And the fact of the matter is that the numbers are mind-boggling. There are literally billions upon billions of galaxies, each having billions upon billions of stars, each star having 1.6 planets per star. So you would think that with all these mind-bogglingly astronomical numbers of celestial bodies, that alien life would just be obvious, that the universe would be teeming with intelligent alien life, that we could just look with a telescope and see all these different freaking megastructures and spaceships, laser beams flying, all types of shit happening. And we be like, oh, yep, there go the Martians, there go the Silurians, there go the Fafurians, there go the over there. Oh, look, the freaking Klingons and the fucking Fermions are battling again. They just can't get along, can they? You would think, right? You would think. But we don't see shit. We don't see shit. All we see are weird, strange phenomena in the sky at times, grainy footage, and claims that just can't be confirmed by people who assert they've been visited or that they've been abducted by alien life. But nothing, no freaking smoking gun evidence showing us aliens exist. It is clear. It is a fact. We all see it. We don't have to question it. We don't have to, no, I believe it. No, it's there. They're right in front of it. We don't see shit. Even with the James Webb Space Telescope, arguably the greatest marvel of human production, arguably the greatest tool humanity's ever created in the history of humanity, we still have yet to fully determine the existence of human life. At best, we've discovered potential megastructures, but nothing has been confirmed. Why the fuck did I just talk about all that, and why the fuck does it matter? This is what leads to the Fermi paradox. The great astrophysicist Enrico Fermi basically asked all these different things, all these galaxies, stars, moons, whatever. Where the fuck are the aliens at? Where the hell are they at? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Wherefore art they? Wherefore art they? Where the hell are they at? Where? Where are the aliens? Where are the aliens? Where are the aliens? Where are the aliens? And that's where the great filter hypothesis comes into play. The great filter hypothesis is the idea that maybe aliens exist all over the place, just like us. They're just like us. They go through the same type of shit that we go through, but the question, the possibility could be that for whatever reason, some kind of barrier exists, some kind of asymptote exists where they just can't get past this point. They can't get fucking past it. It's right here, this barrier. They keep trying. They gotta get over here in order to get up here, but they can't get past this point. And it can happen for various reasons, right? There could be all sorts of things that prevent them from reaching that next point, such as environmental destruction, some kind of famine, some kind of plague, a pandemic of some sort, some kind of, environmental calamity, self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, self-destruction. Yeah. That they could literally be their own worst enemy. So the reason why this is important is because we have to look at things based on our own ability to grow and improve. Because see, we don't see any other aliens, any other life forms out there. All we know is us here on Earth. So it gives us a perspective of understanding our place in the cosmos. That's why I constantly ask y'all, what the fuck are we trying to do, fam? What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? Do we want to progress? Do we want to search the cosmos in order to potentially find alien life or some Star Trek shit? Or do we want to sit here, sit on our hands, pretending, and then possibly cause our own destruction and doom? Right? So basically, in order for us to advance, we have to ensure our collective survival. We have to ensure our ability in order to reach new levels. But see, here's the problem. One of the biggest, if not the biggest problem that we as humans have to face is this concept of enshitification. We have all these different interests: rich people, banks, corporations, government officials, law enforcement officials, the intelligence agencies that have their own self-interest, their own vested interests. They care about their own interests. And unfortunately, those particular interests could be what cause our destruction. They could be the things standing in the way of human progress. Because check this out, right? Now, you know how we talk about up is down, left is right, war is peace, right? I don't recall us ever voting for war. I don't recall ever going to the booth and we're filling out a ballot for the next president, and they say, hey, should we start another war with Russia? Should we start a war in Iraq? Should we start a war in Afghanistan? I don't recall us even having that option, being like, yes, we should totally start a war. Don't recall that ever happening. But check this out, right? Right now, today, here, right now, today, here, right now, today. As I've showed y'all, we give so much money to the military. Hell, we give more money to fucking Israel than we give to NASA. We cut NASA's budget and we give more money to Israel year after year after year. Why is that? If we were actually working towards peace, right? Why would we do shit like that? Not saying that we shouldn't offer aid to one of our allies, but at the same time, shouldn't we be fighting towards, world peace? But that's just it, right there, world peace. World peace spells doom for a lot of industries, a lot of organizations, even members of government. Because if we actually have peace, that means their careers are over. That means these industries are over. That means these entities are over. Why would we need police if everybody's cool? Why would we need intelligence agencies if everybody's intelligent? Why would we need to give the military-industrial complex more and more and more, billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions, if everybody's chilling out, kicking it, hanging out, living peacefully and harmoniously? Why would you need cops patrolling the neighborhood if everybody's getting along? Why would you need freaking robot cops and shit? You know what I'm saying? Boston Dynamic dogs patrolling the neighborhood. Why would you need AI surveillance in a state where everybody's straight, where everybody's cool, where everybody's like, you know what, I have my basic needs, man. I don't have to worry about shit. I'm just focused on my career. I'm focused on my family. I'm just focused on my endeavors that I want to focus on. I want to start a new business. This is the issue, and most people don't talk about it. They don't talk about how a lot of these things that happen are by design. That we have a lot of these wars, that we have a lot of these social dysfunctions by design. Because people do not want peace. They don't want peace. They don't want things to happen because it's bad for their bottom line. It's bad for their careers. They want to fight crime because they need crime to exist. Think about this, right? I don't know if any of you are aware. I don't know if you're aware. There's this CIA, right? The Central Intelligence Agency. Oh, it's definitely a pyramid. Everything's a pyramid. You know how they talk about pyramid schemes? Everything's a fucking pyramid scheme. Everything. 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 The people at the top get the most. And we plebs are left with whatever's left to fuck over. So check it out. Iran-Contra. Iran-Contra. Why does this matter? Why am I talking about Iran-Contra? What the fuck? Who cares about Iran-Contra? What is that? Why does that matter? Check it out. The CIA's involvement in Contra cocaine trafficking. A number of writers have alleged that the United States Central Intelligence Agency was involved in the Nicaraguan Contra's cocaine trafficking operations during the 1980s Nicaraguan Civil War. These claims have led to investigations by the United States government, including hearings and reports by the United States House of Representatives, Senate, Department of Justice, and the CIA's Office of the Inspector General, which ultimately concluded that the allegations were unsupported. The subject remains controversial. Now, check it out. They say it remains unsupported. They say it remains unsupported. It remains unsupported, right? Now, why is that? Of course, the CIA would disavow anything like that, right? Exactly. That's exactly the problem, so that's exactly it. So basically, the whole thing about the CIA Iran-Contra thing is that they allege that there may have been individuals among the CIA who engaged in such behaviors, but that these weren't official government operations, pretty much. That's pretty much the claim. That these things happened, but it wasn't like the CIA was like, hey, we're going to start Operation Sell Drugs. That there may have been rogue agents that engaged in these behaviors, because if you're in that field and you see an opportunity, people are going to be people. If I see, hey, I can make money if I can take, move a little drug here and there, and However, there's this guy named Gary Webb. Gary Webb. You guys know who Gary Webb is? Gary Webb. Check it out. Check it out. Gary Webb. Gary Stephen Webb was an American investigative journalist. He began his career working for newspapers in Kentucky and Ohio, winning numerous awards and building a reputation for investigative writing. Hired by the San Jose Mercury News, Webb contributed to the paper's Pulitzer Prize-winning coverage of the Loma Prieta earthquake. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Why is this important? Check it out. So this is Time magazine. Time is time. You know what I'm saying? This is the real story behind Kill the Messenger. A great fucking movie, by the way. You should check it out. Check it the fuck out. Jeremy Renner don't look nothing like this dude, but boy is he a fucking handsome ass motherfucker. Now, why is this important? In a scene from the new movie Kill the Messenger, which you should check the fuck out, investigative reporter Gary Webb, played by Jeremy Renner, says that he doesn't believe in conspiracy theories. He does, however, believe in real conspiracies. If I believe, there's nothing theory about it. If I believe it, there's nothing theory about it. The true story on which the movie is based, however, makes it clear that it's not always obvious what's the theory and what's the truth. It started when Webb wrote a series of 3 articles for the San Jose Mercury News in 1996, dubbed Dark Alliance. In his report, Webb, who had won the Pulitzer in 1989 for a different story, claimed that the CIA was partly responsible for bringing crack cocaine to the United States in 1980. Webb conducted a year-long investigation during which he discovered that a San Francisco-based drug ring, which had ties to a CIA-sponsored Nicaraguan Contra group called the FDN, sold cocaine to a dealer in South Central Los Angeles. The millions of dollars made from those sales were later used to fund a secret war against the leftist Sandinista regime. In short, Webb accused the CIA of being complicit in getting thousands of poor African Americans addicted to crack in order to fund rebels in Central America. It went viral. Maxine Waters kind of was cool with it. She requested both federal and congressional inquiries into the role that the U.S. government played in bringing crack to the fucking world. But, here. In 2004, Webb was found dead at the age of 49 from 2 gunshot wounds to the head. Police ruled it a suicide. What? Are you kidding me, Jamie? What up? So you mean to tell me he died by suicide by being like, you know what? Bow, bow! Because that's how it works, right? That's how it works, right? Yeah, totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Just, you know how that works. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh shit, damn. Fucked up. I'm still alive. Let me try again. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Totally makes sense. That, a guy who was doing investigative reporting against the CIA just unalives himself, you know what I'm saying? 2 shots to the dome, and of course it was a fucking goddamn motherfucking suicide. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and the CIA here. In 1998, typo. In 1998, a CIA Inspector General's report denied any ties between the U.S. government and the drug dealers Webb named in his articles and book, but ultimately confirmed Webb's thesis that the CIA had worked with Contras despite drug dealing allegations against them. Still, Webb's reputation as an investigative journalist was tarnished. Weird. You do reports against the CIA, and then your reputation gets tarnished, and then you end up with 2 shots to the dome. Totally normal fucking behavior, yeah. Totally makes perfect sense. Oh, man. You can't make this shit up, folks. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. You just, like, you couldn't write this shit. Well, he wrote the shit, and then you see what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, why did I write this report? I hate my life. Oh, my God. Even though I accomplished so much in my life, I'm a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, and I just can't stand winning awards and being recognized for my great reporting. Oh, I guess I should just end it all, folks. It's all good. Look, here's all you need to know. You don't need to see, you don't need to hear what I have to say, because you see it for yourself. You see it. Come on, please tell me how that makes sense. Who have you heard died by suicide with 2 shots to the dome? Come on now. Seriously, who does that? I've never seen it. And I've seen a lot of gore videos. I've seen a lot of suicide videos in my life. A lot. It's terrible. I've never one time seen somebody twice. Not once, but twice. But yeah, the CIA had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. It just so happens that a Pulitzer Prize winning reporter just, was just making shit up, right? Totally was just making it up, and then he just was like, you know what, I'm gonna just die. Do y'all not see what the hell I'm talking about? This is the point. Somebody's doing some real journalistic work. They get their reputation destroyed and they get unalived, and they just so happen to get self-unalived with 2 shots at them. Now, if what he was saying was not true, what he was saying wasn't true, what are we doing? What are we doing? How does this happen? How does this happen? It just so happens that fucking he does all this fucking reporting on the CIA, and then he gets unalive. Gary fucking Webb. Exactly. Right? So, the fact of the matter is, that's why I don't put nothing past these intelligence agencies. I don't put nothing past them. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm on their radar, because I talk about them all the time. I do not expect people to know this shit, which is why I show y'all. I show you. I don't just say it, I show you. And like I say, I don't go to some random blog. I'm not at InfoWars. I'm not at fucking, random super duper uber trolls fucking blog or fucking whatever. No. Some goofy's Tumblr page. No. Time magazine. Time. You know, when you go to the store and you're at the checkout aisle and you see this big magazine called Time magazine. Yeah, them. Yeah, it's super wild. It's super wild. Because all this shit is the precedents that have been set. That's why I say, if they're willing to go this far, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you. It's all good. Trust me. You are getting a lot of information from me. But see, this is what I talk about. Why do you think TikTok loves kicking me the fuck off all the time? You really think that they really have that much of a problem telling me, hey, if you suck cock, it's okay? You think that's why they kicked me off? Because I said, hey, it's okay to be gay? That's hate speech for real? And it only took them a few seconds to say, nah, you violate. Come on, man. I just so happened to talk about the FBI's COINTELPRO and show people their own website, on their own website. That's the exact fact. That's why we're in the no cap zone, where we have a strict dress code. Not get off with that capping ass shit. The only cap that's allowed around these parts, boy, or in your case, girl, is your thinking cap. Because, see, this is the type of shit that does not get talked about constantly. Not saying that nobody's ever covered this or that there are, I mean, they obviously made this into a movie, right? So clearly this stuff has been talked about, but I'm saying this isn't the type of shit that gets talked about on the regular. You don't see people far and wide being like, hey, Gary Webb, FBI, CIA, FBI, CIA, oh shit, government fucking malfeasance and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole point is the media wants you to forget. If you didn't fucking learn in the first place, they don't want you to know. That's one of my biggest issues with media, right? Because for one, they have a financial incentive. They have to make money, like any company. So they want to sell you on the things that will help them make money. But two, now check this. Check this. They also have their agendas. They also have their personal agendas. Because as an example, as I've been able to demonstrate on TikTok, as an example, I could get a decent amount of views if you just let me do my thing. The only problem is they don't want me to do my thing on their platform, which is why they always kick me off. They always kick me off when I talk about real shit. They always come up with some bullshit ass excuse as to something I did that violated their policy. And it just so happens that I tell you all about the FBI, the CIA, the NSA. Things that happen in real life that are at the very least questionable. Calling them into question. And the brilliant thing about it is, as I always say, they've already set a precedent for shit like this. Well, they will unalive people, ruin people's reputations, sabotage people's entire work. So, what then is just subtle fucking suppression of a random YouTuber, a random TikToker like me? If they're willing to go so far as to take somebody out and destroy their reputation, that there's nothing. There's nothing. I mean, it's literally a drop in the bucket to stop little old me. Oh yeah, totally a coincidence. That's why I always say, I don't pull it past these motherfuckers that they're watching little old me. That even when I only have 3, 4, 5, 6 people watching, they shut me down. You're suspended for 7 days. Oh yeah, your appeal was denied in 2 seconds. Even though you streamed for several hours, we just decided that you violated after 2 seconds. Yeah, totally. You mean to tell me it's just a random coincidence that I start streaming? I get all these trolls, all these trolls, all these trolls that keep coming back and back and back to back to back to back to keep coming back to back to back to back to back. And that shit is just normal, right? When I can see other creators with huge followings that don't get any of that at all. Like, at all. Like, I'll be looking at their live just to look at the type of comments they get, to look at the type of views they get, just to kind of compare myself, because, you know, I'm trying to do some big shit. It is. It's super hard for a game sprite because we're trying to beat the game and we just can't fucking be allowed to play. We keep getting handicapped. They keep kicking us out the fucking game. They keep booting us out the game. They keep doing the hard reset. Soon as we start making some traction, nope, you gotta start back from the beginning. Nope, you gotta start back from the beginning. And we're gonna take away all your things. We're gonna take away all your weapons. We're gonna take away all your ammo. We're gonna take away all your fucking tools and all the things you gain. You gotta start all over. Why? Because we want to know the truth. Why? Because we want to actually progress. But see, this is the problem, right? Think about it like this. Just like what Silks was saying about the rape whistle, even though nice useful tool, rape whistle company has to make money. So now they need rape to persist so they can make money. So if you extrapolate that on every problem that exists, therein lies the problem of enshitification. You have all these individuals, all these entities, these companies, these corporations, you know what I'm saying, that benefit from the state of dysfunction. So now they have a financial incentive to ensure that this shit continues. That's one of the reasons why I talk about, say, the prison industrial complex all the time. Prisons need crime in order to house inmates. They need crime to persist. Without crime, why the fuck do we need a prison? Why do we need a prison if we solve crime and we can end crime? If we can end rape, why do we need rape whistles? If you clean the environment, if you can help people get access to therapy and healthcare, why the fuck do we need the fucking military industrial complex? Why do you need the healthcare industrial complex, especially healthcare for all? Fucking insurance companies don't benefit from you not getting sick. They need people to get sick. Pharmaceutical companies need people to get sick. That's one of the reasons why this whole COVID pandemic was so controversial. That's why the vaccines were so controversial. Because even if you accept the fact that these vaccines were useful, helpful vaccines, there's so much distrust in the entities that be. There's so much that even if they were coming out with these vaccines to help people, we know how full of shit these corporations are. We know what they do. That they have no problem fucking people over for their own sake. Even myself, I didn't just jump for the fucking vaccine. I didn't just say, oh shit, pandemic, oh there's a new vaccine, let me go get it. Nah, I sat back for a little while, for like a few months, because I wanted to see what the reaction would be, because I'm not trying to end up on some Walking Dead type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how things work. What's the outcome gonna be? But see, the problem is, we as Americans know that there's so much propaganda everywhere all the time. It's almost impossible to know what's the truth and what's not, because we know that we get lied to on a constant basis. We know that there are some voices that get promoted and others that get suppressed. And it's hard to tell who's telling the truth and who's not, because this motherfucker gonna say they telling the truth. That motherfucker gonna say they telling the truth. How the fuck do we know? Well, stakeholders are us. We're the stakeholders. The people and entities that are affected by the industries, the corporations. We're the stakeholders. The fact of the matter is that the stockholders get more preferential treatment than the stakeholders, because corporations' main ultimate goal is to maximize shareholder profit. That's their goal. Maximize shareholder profit. No, not have the best product and service to help make the world a better place as much as possible. No, it's a selfish one. Maximize shareholder profit. Business 101. Right? Your goal is to make as much money as you possibly can. Period. That's your ultimate goal. So, when that becomes your goal, everything else becomes fucking subservient to that. When your goal is making as much money as possible, that means I'm going to do whatever it takes, even if it fucks everybody else over, the stakeholders. So, human trafficking is... Your instructor didn't even know how to address that. That's a problem. Maybe they should hire me so I can instruct your instructor on how to instruct instructions. You know what I'm saying? Just FYI, you know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is that, basically the people are affected by these industries. But it's the shareholders who get preferential treatment. It's the shareholders who have the final say in everything, particularly the board of directors. They're the ones who hire the CEO. They're the ones who determine what kind of compensation package that they get. So if the shareholders, if the board of directors don't like how you're conducting business, they can tell you, get the fuck on somewhere. Even if what you do can help the company in the long run, the company is all about the short-term profits. That means that next quarter, if we don't see a fucking increase by 10% at least, get the fuck out of here. We'll hire somebody who will. And that's another one of the main issues of enshitification. Right? Because, see, going back to your point, Penny, about human trafficking is obviously a huge industry in and of itself. We like to pretend like it's not. We like to not even talk about it. We can't even say the words human trafficking. But it's an industry. That means that there are entities, there are individuals, there are people who are profiting from human trafficking, and there are people who are supplying the humans that they traffic. And considering the fact that this is an international issue, that means that there are plenty of high-level individuals that participate in this type of shit. That's how we know that Epstein didn't kill himself. We all know that. I mean, it was like a giant slap in the face that this dude clearly didn't kill himself. Right? Just like how Gary Webb clearly didn't kill himself. Because it's just too convenient for the powers that be, for these very individuals that have like a laundry list of visitors, laundry list of people, to somehow they unalive themselves when they could be blowing the doors wide open on all these fools who are engaged in bullshit. I mean, look at Sean P. Diddy Pop Diddy Pop Diddy Pop. You know what I'm saying? Diddy Pop Diddy do it. Did he do it? I don't know. Brother love. Brother love. Brother love. The fact of the matter is that when you have a financial incentive based on human misery, your ultimate goal is to ensure that the misery persists. Because solving the problems of human misery, solving the problems of whatever issue there is, trafficking, drug trafficking, human trafficking, mental disorders, abuse, spousal abuse, children abuse. There are entities and individuals that benefit directly from these things. They do not want these things to stop. They do not want this shit to stop. They do not want international relations to be peaceful. Why would we, as Americans, want to mend fences with China and Russia and North Korea if it's easier to convince the people that, Putin evil, Kim Jong-un evil, whoever's the leader of China, evil. They so evil. Oh, we can't stand it. They're so terrible and evil. Oh, we can't. They're so terrible and evil. They're gonna destroy us. They're gonna destroy us. They're gonna hurt us. Okay, if that's the case, then explain this shit. Explain this. Oh, he's so terrible and horrible. He's so terrible and horrible. Oh my God, Putin's so scary and terrible. Then what the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell is this shit? If he's so terrible and horrible, why are you smiling like a fucking with that shit-eating grin? But oh, he's so terrible. He's so scary. Oh, Putin terrible. He's a fucking war criminal. He's a war criminal. Crimes against humanity. Y'all don't see the game? You really don't see the game? You don't see the game. Oh, he's so terrible, but yet they're hanging out, kicking it, taking fucking photo ops together, chilling. All this propaganda we seen about Kim Jong-un and fucking Putin kicking it, well then, what's See, this is what I'm saying. We need war. Well, let me take that back. Not we need. The CIA, the FBI, the NSA, the federal government, they need war. They need conflict. So they can sell us propaganda. They create a problem and then campaign on solving the problem. That's the game. That's enshitification. Because heaven forbid somebody gets in the office and then they solve problems. Then what? As I keep telling y'all notice how at the presidential debate, they didn't talk about how they were going to solve world hunger, how they were going to enact world peace, how they were going to stop poverty, and how they're going to improve everything. No. The issues that actually matter to people, no. Did we hear any real useful solutions about how they were going to tackle climate change? No. Of course, Kamala likes to tell, the Biden administration, we just passed a landmark bill that's going to totally tackle climate change. But fracking is so amazing. I love fracking. Okay, now, they lied. They tried to tell you that I was against fracking. I mean, even though I did say I was going to ban fracking, but hell no. I would never, ever do that. Why would I do that? Ban fracking, care about the environment. I don't recall hearing, the vast majority of climate scientists being like, yes, fracking. We love fracking. That's totally going to help us solve the climate crisis. By ensuring that fracking persists, we're totally schmotally going to tackle this climate crisis once and for all, right? I don't recall seeing that. I don't recall seeing that at all. Maybe I'm blind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the best vision in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I have 4 eyes, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I don't recall climate scientists being like, Kamala's the greatest fucking climate activist, the climate advocate of all time. She's the greatest. We We need her plan. Her plan is the best. It's the greatest. It's the fucking most amazing. It's the fracking most amazing plan that we've ever seen in our lives. It will totally ensure that we can totally schmolly tackle climate change. Totally. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm deaf. Maybe I'm just blind. I just missed it. I just missed it. You know what I'm saying? I just like am totally just like, you know, blind spots in my vision. You know, I couldn't see in my peripheral. In my peripheral. I didn't see in my peripheral. But what do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Check this out. ABC News. The debate proved that climate change is not at center of 2024 election. Huh. Weird. Weird. So weird. Crazy, right? Climate change remains on the back burner of the 2024 election following little mention of environmental policy during the first and possibly only debate between the two presidential candidates. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump faced off for the first time on Tuesday night for the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, where neither candidate dedicated ample time to addressing what they would do to reduce the nation's greenhouse gas emissions and bolster the clean energy industry. I think what we learned last night is that climate really is not on the ballot this fall. Leah Aronofsky, a science historian at the Columbia Climate School, whose research has focused on the history of climate science and climate denialism, told ABC News, so what the fuck? The hell? So explain to me. Explain to me. Explain to me. The hell is presidential about not addressing possibly one of the most, if not the most, existential crises we have to face? Why is the media not taking them to task for it? Why is the media not talking about it every fucking day? Why are there people who still pretend like it's not even real? To this day. That's one of the reasons why I talked to y'all about Operation Mockingbird. Operation Mockingbird by the CIA. The CIA's Operation Mockingbird. What's that? What's that? Operation Mockingbird is an alleged large-scale program of the United States Central Intelligence Agency that began in the early years of the Cold War and attempted to manipulate domestic American news media organizations for propaganda purposes. According to author Deborah Davis, Operation Mockingbird recruited leading American journalists into a propaganda network and influenced the operations of front groups. CIA support of front groups was exposed when an April 1967 Ramparts article reported that the National Student Association received funding from the CIA. Weird. In 1975, Church Committee congressional investigations revealed agency connections with journalists and civic groups. Not to say, if you think that shit ended in 1975, you're a fucking moron. You're a moron. See, one of the issues with journalistic integrity of today, right? First of all, where are the media people talking about this? What do you know? People in media don't talk about media's connections to the CIA, like, ever. They never, ever talk about it, never mention it. They never mention it at all. Like, not even a little bit. But what we do know, right, even if you say, okay, like, this did end, this particular program ended, right? Even if you told me, even if I told you that this program ended, all right, check this out. Check this out. I've showed you this. I show y'all this shit all the time. My bad. Thank you. Thank you. Accidentally muted myself again. So thank you for being up on my shit. You saw what the fuck I showed you. I don't even need to say nothing. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. If a precedent has already been set that government colludes with media companies and even pressures them to suppress or to prop up certain ideologies, certain ideas, certain creators, and what have you, if you think it stops here, you're delusional at best. At best you're naive. At best you're naive as hell. Because why is it that a company like TikTok would hit me with all sorts of warnings just for showing you this? Just literally for showing you this. Just for showing you Politico's article talking about election integrity. Isn't that ironic? That I'm showing you my integrity by literally showing you the day I show it to you. I don't just say shit. I don't just make claims. I show you. And like I said, I show you from the most mainstream. Mainstream. We're talking about any of these fucking most well-known companies, CBS, NBC, ABC, New York Times, fucking Washington Post, whatever. Pick one. That's what I show y'all the shit from. I just put it together. They don't like that. They don't like it when I show y'all that shit. They don't like it when I actually show you. See, when Alex Jones pulls shit out of his ass talking about the gay frog, the frogs is gay. They done put the water in the frog that's gay. They making them gay. The water making the frog gay. They making the frog gay. Ugh! Gay frogs is gross. Ugh, the gay frogs. Ugh, that's against the Lord God. That's against the Lord God. They love that shit. No problem. No problem, Alex. You can say whatever you want, bro. It don't matter. Obama came from Kenya. Totally cool. Me, I show y'all. Oh, Zuckerberg regrets caving to White House pressure on content. Violation. Warning. You keep showing this shit, we gonna shut you down. Or they'll just shut me down like they did yesterday. And now you see why we're here on YouTube and not on TikTok. Because it literally can't be because they suspended me. They suspended me. So now we just here. We here on YouTube where we can say regular words and not have to worry about getting shut down. Even though I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing it now. But this is the game. This is the game. Right here. This is the game. Telling the truth. Why is it? Little me. All I'm doing is showing y'all some of the stuff I know, right? Some of the stuff I've read, some of the stuff I learned, some of the videos I watched from these mainstream organizations. I'm just trying to string things together. I'm just trying to understand all these different things. TikTok don't like that. I hope they do too. I hate them. 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 I hate them very much. As much as they hate me. That's all I do. You know what I'm saying? You know something about that. Like, you know, when you're trying to solve a puzzle, when you're trying to conduct an investigation, you're trying to understand what happened, how, when, where, why, all that. You say, okay, well, let me try to pull together as many resources as I can. Let me see where this leads, and okay, where's this, and what's that? You know, it's this thing I learned in this place called college. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you actually have to cross-reference data to ensure that you know what you're fucking talking about. Yeah, I try to do that. I try to do that because, you know, I like to know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't like to just pull shit out of my ass, right? I like to actually be able to not only know what I'm talking about, but I show you. I show you. Because if I'm wrong about something, well, don't blame me. This is what they said. This is what they said. I didn't say it. This is what they said. I didn't write this article. I don't be writing these articles. I don't be investigating these stories. I'm not an investigative reporter. I'm just a fucking nerd with no life. That's it. I'm just some guy who's trying to understand this crazy world, this crazy existence that we live in. That's all. I'm just a guy who lives on the south side of the Chi, who does not like people losing their lives for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, you know, that's, I don't know. Maybe I'm cuckoo, crazy. Crazy, I'm just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just because I want to understand how we can solve these problems so we can live peaceably. Oh! That's why, because Enshitification. So, the reason why I bring this up, right? The reason I bring this up is, like I said earlier, we have entities and individuals that benefit from the status quo. And as we see, wealth inequality is at an all-time high. All-time high. And it doesn't show any signs of slowing down. Any conversations about how we could get a handle on all these different issues they never had. Ever. Never, ever, never, ever. Presidential debates, they never talk about this shit. I don't even think they even mentioned wealth inequality during the I don't think they even said the word inequality in any context at all during the presidential debates. In fact, we barely even got any mention of any policies during the debates. That's why this whole process is a fucking joke. People remember more about eating dogs. They're eating dogs. They're eating dogs and cats and pets and dogs. They're eating the dogs. Eating the dogs. Yeah. In fact, I think they said exactly that. In fact, I think Trump said that. We have concepts, we have ideas, we have the concept of an idea. Motherfuckers don't even have to have actual plans. They can just say, hey, folks, vote for me, folks. I'm telling you, we got the best ideas. We got the best plans, the greatest plans. I'm telling you, we have the greatest plans. Yes, her plan, terrible. Well, no, see, he says that I said this, and I didn't say that. I said I have a plan. $50,000 to new businesses, $6,000 to new families. $50,000 to new businesses, $6,000 for new families. And you said, and that's the best we can do. Anyway, So we see all this inequality happening. We see it not slowing down. We see presidential candidates who don't even address these issues. And meanwhile, the technology is constantly improving, constantly improving, constantly improving. The innovation is constantly happening, constantly happening, constantly happening. And we don't see any sign that any of these tools are being used to kind of help bridge the gap, bridge the gap, bridge the gap. Build the bridges to build the gap, to bridge the gap. Bridge the gap, which is kind of why I started doing what I do. Because I had a friend back in college. There was a college educated guy going for his master's. Really actually thinks you can build bridges without having to learn how to build bridges. I know, crazy. Crazy. Fool thinks you can build bridges without actually having to learn how to do it in the first place. And my question is, how do we build bridges? How do we bridge the gap if we can't even figure out what that even fucking means to begin with? So even though the technology is constantly advancing, the society, the social status, the social progress isn't happening. We're not seeing substance abuse lessening. We're not seeing people getting more access to therapy, getting more ability to get over their traumas, getting more ability to deal with their psychological disorders, because it is by design. That's why they closed various mental health clinics throughout the past century. Because the powers that be benefit from people out here being out of their fucking minds. I saw a crazy story yesterday. Crazy story. This woman had these kids. She had some kids with one dude. He was a weirdo piece of shit. Then she left him, found another weirdo piece of shit, had some kids with him, subjected the kids to all this abuse for all these years. She even helped participate in the abuse. And one of the kids had her fucking enough, took her ass out, took the other weirdo ass nigga out. They gave the poor girl 40 years. Couldn't believe it. Her name was Ashley something. They punished her because she was getting abused all of these years. Her crazy mom having the worst tasting men of all time. And these weirdo dudes who just seem to be so fucking numerous all over the world, all over the country. And we're talking about, this is just one out of so many stories, most of which we don't even hear about because there's so much rampant abuse all over the place. But we can't actually figure out solutions because it's not in the best interest of law enforcement. It's not in the best interest of government. It's not in the best interest of all these different private companies, the private prisons that benefit from having all these fucking fools. We have industries, like I said earlier, they focus on the short term and not the long term. Which is counterintuitive, right? Because like we said about Blockbuster made all these profits. We're talking about they were making billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. But because of their short-term thinking, they're like, okay, we could go ahead and buy Netflix. This one thing that corporations do, right? They do what's called a cost-benefit analysis. In other words, whenever they make decisions, they try to weigh the costs and the benefits. And whichever one they decide outweighs the other, that's what they go with. The only problem is that they don't always do the best job of determining where the weight should lie, right? So you see these companies like Blockbuster, like Enron, Tyco, all these motherfuckers. They engage in the fraud, or they engage in the short-term thinking, like, we could buy Netflix and ensure we maintain our market share, but we ain't worried about them. We got such a huge portion of the market share. We got so many billions coming in. We straight. They don't factor in the point that they could all lose it all. They could lose it all. They would rather say, hey, let's just keep making these billions. They don't factor in, or they don't put significant weight on the fact that it could, that asymptote we talked about, it could stop, the buck could stop right fucking here. They could hit that fucking wall, and then that could be the end for you as a company. All those billions you were making, well, now the billions are gone. Now you gotta either find another job, or if you were, busted for fraud or something like that, now you're in prison. Now you're in prison. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? You thought that it made more sense. Hey, let's just commit a little fraud. It's all good. We making these. Hey, cook the books a little bit. It's all good. Hey, we enjoying these billions, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Hey, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Now do the Harlem shake, Harlem shake. Take that, 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 take that. Take that, take that, take that, take that. Oh, now you're in prison. Now you're in prison. Hey, that guy that made that song, now he's on his way to prison. Funny how that works. See what happens when it's all about the Benjamins, baby? When it's all about the Benjamins, baby. It was all about the Benjamins, baby. Now you're getting fucked by a dude named Benjamin, baby. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Oh, shit. Isn't that wonderful? Love it. Love it. This is what happens when you have a society that's all about the money. When you have a society, when you have industries, the music industry is a great example that wants to sell this idea of money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Ooh, money, 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 money. Ooh, they don't tell you about the other side. They don't tell you about the dark side of all that money. That is essentially the problem of capitalism. That's why we're in a state of what's called late stage capitalism, end stage capitalism, or as I like to call it, hyper-capitalism. Hyper-capitalism. See, the problem is when you're in a capitalist society, everything's about the money. In a capitalist society, you will have winners and losers. That's just the way it goes. Somebody's got to lose. And if it's you, oh, too bad, so sad. Get the fuck out of my face. Oh, you're doing hard in life? Tough shit. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Meanwhile, the powers that be, the people that are in positions of power, they don't have to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. They get motherfucking all types of benefits. They get fucking health care for life. They get guaranteed jobs after they're done serving the terms. Or they can just stay in office for however long they like. They can stay in office for as long as they like. Stay in office for as long as they like. They like, yeah. It's bullshit. Because this is the propaganda. This is how they convince people to go against their own best interests, to vote against their own best interests, to support those who are actually harming them, as opposed to the opposite with propaganda. Hey, you're struggling? Too bad. It's your fault. It's your fault. Meanwhile, I got my golden no matter what. No matter what. Oh, I fucked up some shit? I fucked up some shit? Well, it's not my fault because, see, the thing is that basically, like, I was giving the improper info. Shut the fuck up. Knock it off with that bullshit. And this is essentially what's standing in the way of human progress. Bullshit. Literal bullshit. Enshitification. That's why the term is enshitification. These entities, these institutions, these businesses that claim like they were going to make our lives better, yeah, they sold us a bill of goods. Literally sold us a bill of goods. They sold us on the idea that their product, that their service was so amazing, so wonderful, so great, and yet we have the state of dysfunction, we have the state of bullshit that we found ourselves in, where everything has become so difficult, we can't even talk anymore. We can't even talk. You say a word they don't like, and shutting you down, and you've been suspended for 7 days. Oh, you said the D word, the P word, the G word, the EFG word, the BCD word, the BCB word, the PCP word. Oh, how dare you say that word? And this is the issue. Because you have all these entities that they resist change as much as possible, because if it cuts into their profit motive, if it cuts into their ability of self-sustaining, they can't accomplish what they want to accomplish at all. Which is more and 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 more until the cows come home. They have to make more money no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. There is no, oh, hey, let's be cool with just this amount. Let's just be cool. We're making 100 billion or whatever the fuck. We just made 5 billion last year. We're doing great, guys. Let's just keep it up. Let's just keep it up. Hey, if we make 4 billion next year, it's okay. Long as we're above zero, long as we're doing good, we're good. No, it's never enough. It's never enough. It can never be enough. There always has to be more, no matter what. They can't just be content with just the basics. They can't just be content with this many billions. They have to make more and even more. There's never an end to any of the fucking profits. Period. Y'all still here with me? Y'all still there? Y'all just fucking listening now, huh? It's cool. The fact of the matter is, this is the reason why we see This is the reason why we see a lot of the inefficiencies that we see, right? It's one of the reasons why I talk about the fact that we spend so much money. I bet. We see so much money being allocated in all these different things that we never said we wanted that. Us taxpayers, I don't recall us going to the voting booth. Matter of fact, I bet you when we go to this voting booth, we're not going to see any options for wars or universal basic income, actual policies that would actually help us, healthcare, any of that. We're going to see a bunch of names we don't know. Okay, president, we going whatever. Vice president, whatever. But when it comes to these judges and these fucking senators and whoever, aldermen, I don't know half these motherfuckers. Yeah, sure, whatever. John Jacobson, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know who the fuck John Jacobson is. The fuck is that? What does he do? Why am I voting for some dude? I don't know. For what? For what? For what? The fuck is John Jacobson gonna do? And he's running unopposed too, so what are we doing? What exactly are we doing? So, sorry cuz, I'm streaming right now. I hit you a week ago and you ain't fucking answer my fucking call. Or my text rather. So you're just gonna have to wait. So where was I? Yes. So basically, we're seeing all these funds being diverted to all these different things that none of us ever voted for. We don't get to have a say in any of it. And when we have debates and all that type of shit, we don't see any of that shit getting addressed at all, ever. We never see motherfuckers being like, yo, this is the way we want it to be. Hey, what do you guys want? What do you guys, where should we devote our funds, people? No, you don't get to have a say. And like I've said, it's so frustrating to see so many people who assert like, oh, well, if you don't vote, you don't get to say what happens. I'm like, nobody gets to have a say anyway. You can vote all day. You can vote twice on Sundays. Even though we only vote on Tuesdays, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, you don't get to have a say in policy at all. At least not just through voting. You don't get to just vote on, hey, should we do a 10% tax increase on fucking whatever the fuck? I mean, sometimes they might have something on a midterm election, a local election, or whatever. But for the most part, you don't really get to have a say in policy at all. Unless you're really out there pushing for specific policies. Which is exactly why I do what I do. Because we need to stop being content with just voting every 2 to 4 years. Because that's not a fucking enough. It's not enough. Thinking that you're just gonna go every 2 to 4 years, one day out your life, fill out a fucking form, or you fill out one at your crib that you send in early for early voting and all that. If you think that is sufficient, you are naive at best. You're naive at best. When they tell you, oh my God, the most important election is the most important election. That's called fear-mongering. It's called propaganda. It's a tactic used to try to motivate you to support their fucking cause, even though they're not really showing you how they're going to help you. In fact, that's why we see all these different entities. They try to pretend like the problems don't even exist to begin with. They try to pretend like, no, what are you talking about, problem? No, there's no problem here. Nothing to see here. Then we see these motherfuckers that get in the office, and every now and then they'll talk about something. They'll say, yes, we need to tax the rich. We need to tax the rich. You know, that would be nice. And then we just don't see it happen. Maybe a bill gets proposed and then it fizzles out. And there's no social pressure to say, hey, what the fuck? Let's tax these motherfuckers right now. Hey, what the fuck? Oh, the bill didn't pass. Okay, who voted nay? You, get the fuck out of here. You, all of y'all, get your shit, get your bitch ass the fuck on somewhere before I knock you the... All you motherfuckers, you, and you. All you motherfuckers who said, no, let's not tax the rich, get the fuck out of my face. Get your shit, get the fuck out of office. We don't see that. We don't see that. Or we'll see motherfuckers try to shift the blame, try to put it on us like it's our fault. It's our fault that these motherfuckers won't tax the rich. Hey, you need to vote. You need to vote. Oh, you voted for them, that, the third? Well, how can you expect him and her to do the thing? I thought it was your job. I thought it was your job to make sure that you did the things we wanted you to do. But see, again, people are not actively engaged. People love to talk. They love to talk. As I've said countless times, there are all these different groups of people on social media, all these different groups and subgroups and subreddits and what have you. We need to do this. We need to do that. These groups that have so many people in them. You know what we need to do, guys? We need to tax the rich. Yeah, totally. Hey, I got a t-shirt that says tax the rich. Yeah. What the fuck does that do? What the hell does that do? Oh, you need to tax the rich. Oh, you got 1,000, 4,000 upvotes, 4,000 likes, 5,000 clicks, 12,000 views, 1,000,000 views, 1,000,000,000 views. And then what? What did you do with that? What does that do? What does that do? Hey guys, I was thinking the other day, we should really tax the rich. That would totally be helpful. Yeah, I agree. Now, what the fuck are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do about it? You don't even click the like button. You don't even hit the subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So how the fuck do you expect this shit to happen? Magic? You just expect it to happen by magic. You actually expect these goofy politicians to go in the office and be like, hey guys, you know what we need to do? We should really tax the rich today. Yeah, the people be clamoring for it, you know what I'm saying? And so we should just go ahead and do it right now. No, it's not how they work. It's never been how they work. Wait, politicians doing really super useful shit? But see, here's the irony, right? They can. It can happen. It does happen every now and then. I remember when gay marriage happened. I remember Biden having a hot mic and being like, yeah, Obama, you really need to do that. You really need to pay to pass that gay marriage. You really should pass the gay marriage. Gay marriage, pass it, pass it, pass it. Go on, go on, go on. Come on, Obama. Come on, my dog. Come on, my dog. The gays, they need to get married, bro. They need to get married. I'm telling you. So when they find an agenda that they want to push, they'll push it. They could easily, right now, do half these things that we talk about. Right now. They have the ability. We have all this mass communication. The only thing we need now is a groundswell of support for all the different things that we need in order to fix the problem. The only problem is, now we're getting pushed back on that. By the people themselves, by the industries and by the entities, by the social media companies. They don't want this shit to happen because some of them might have to take some losses. Or if it's not them, some of their clients or some of their homies or some of their friends, some of their fellow corporations might have to take some L's. They wouldn't want that. They wouldn't want that. Can't have that. Right? I say, hey, sucking cock is okay. If you're a guy and you like to suck cock, it's totally fine. That's your thing. It's not my thing. I'm a straight dude, but hey, if that's how you get down, cool. Apparently, TikTok says that that's hate speech, right? Hate speech. Totally hateful behavior. At least that's what I was saying when I got shut down. But, I'm talking about how intelligence agencies directly contribute to the problem. I talk about how law enforcement agencies contribute directly to the problem. I talk about how all these different industries directly not only contribute to the problem, they exacerbate the problem. They create the problems. They are the problem. They literally are the problem. That's why they resist the change. That's why they don't even want us to talk about this shit. They don't even want us to use the words. We have rising suicides, rising amounts of addictions and what have you, but you can't even say the word. You say the word drugs, your life has been restricted because you said the word drugs. How dare you? How dare you say the word drugs? You must be an evil, terrible person because you would dare to say the word drugs. And that's the problem. They've made it to where we can't even say words. That's how enshitification works. They've censored and silenced us to the point where we can't even say the words, yo. You say a word, a fucking word. So if I make up a new word and say, okay, blee blah blow means suicide. Hey guys, so I just seen somebody die by blee blah blow. Oh my God, how you said blee blah blow? How dare you with that terrible evil language? You said bleep, bleep, blow. Bleep, bleep, blow. Oh, you terrible person. That's not allowed on our platform. We don't like that type of terrible language. Because think about it. They made us come up with all these euphemisms and shit. Oh, he's self-unalived. He unalived himself. You know that chop suey on the side? The chop suey on the side? I could really go for some chop suey on the side. It's only a matter of time until they catch on to that and say that that's totally wrong. Blee, blah, blah. Oh my God. Ugh. Don't use that language. Watch your mouth. You might trigger somebody with that filthy tongue that you have. That's why it becomes so difficult. That's why it becomes so difficult because they market it as, oh, they're protecting the children. They're protecting people's precious feelings. They're protecting their feelings. But see, here's my thing, right? How exactly are you protecting somebody's feelings if they fucking die? You know, like when you're dead, you kind of like don't have any feelings at all. Like you literally can't feel anything because you are no longer alive. And you might think that I might be being hyperbolic. I might be just being, insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. I'm just insane in the membrane. I'm just insane in the membrane. But see, here's the problem. Here's the problem. We see it every day, all the time. Every day, all the time, every day. All types of people losing their lives, losing their livelihoods for all these various reasons. As I've shown y'all, 1/3 of Americans that are deep in medical debt, north of $10,000. 1/3. That doesn't even count how many people are under amounts, all types of credit card debt, student loan debt, all of which together are in the trillions of dollars of debt. Meanwhile, the military industrial complex can't account for north of upwards of $30 trillion. And that is the upper limit as far as we know. I've seen estimates up to like maybe 8 trillions that the military can't account for. Failing audits for nearly a decade. That money they can't account for can easily pay for all this shit. Whatever the money is that they can't account for. Mind you, the budget now, let's see the military budget for this fiscal year of 2024. According to defense.gov, where is it? Where does it say? Oh, you don't say. You don't say. DOD's 2025, mind you, this is defense.gov. Oh, but the fucking glare making it hard for you. Defense.gov. The U.S. Department of Defense. DOD's 2025 budget request provides 4.5% raise for service members. A 4.5% raise. The Defense Department today laid out details of its $849.8 billion budget request, which is expected to fund operations during fiscal year 2025. You want to know the real Project 2025 is right here. This is Project 2025, right here. $849.8 billion. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. I'm just saying. Just saying. Meanwhile, check this. Check this. Even though I've showed y'all this, but in case you're new here. Check this. Check this. I showed y'all this the other day, but hey, I have no problem repeating myself. Actually, I do, but I do it for you. I do it for you. Ars Technica. NASA grapples with budget cuts as it undertakes ambitious programs. Budget cuts. Now, the military just got a 4.5% increase, and yet, in any case, NASA's budget for fiscal year 2024 came to $24.9 billion. This represents an approximately 2% cut in the space agency's funding relative to the final budget for fiscal year 2023. And it's worth noting that the last time NASA's budget decreased from year to year came more than a decade ago, from fiscal year 2012 to 2013. This was due in large part to the end of the space shuttle program. So the military can get a 4.5% increase to pretty much 850 billion fucking dollars. But they had to cut NASA's budget, which is only 24.9. Hmm. Now here's the thing, right? You would think, okay, well, you know, we got all these international conflicts, we got all these problems in the world, we got all these issues. Thank you. We got all these problems in the world, right? So the military needs the money because they have to help solve our problems all over the world because, you know, we are the greatest country in the world, right? Well, then explain this, right? Big Mike, look, hey, look, it's all eyes on me. Yeah. All eyes on me. Then why, on the Global Peace Index, I just told you now, we gave $850 billion to the fucking government. I should say to the military industrial complex, to the military, 850 billion. Greatest, largest military in the world. Why aren't we number one? In fact, why aren't we in the top 100 on the Global Peace Index? Maybe it's because we spend the most on fucking war. Out of 163 countries, we're 132. 132. The United States of America, we're 132. 132. Now, last time I checked, if this were an exam, this would be a fucking failing grade. Failing. We would be failing. This would be a failure. Failure. You would think the greatest country in the world would be the most peaceful. The number one. We're number 132. Now, I don't know about you. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just insane. Maybe I'm just out of cuckoo. Maybe I need some kind of mental health assessment of some sort. Okay? Maybe I'm just not all there in the brain, you know what I'm saying? But I thought that being the greatest meant something. You know what I'm saying? I thought that in order to be the greatest, you had to like achieve things. You know, you had to be like the best at stuff. You know, specifically certain metrics that determine how great you are. That's why I asked, so let's have this. What does it mean to be great? If we're the greatest, what makes us the greatest? What makes us great at all? I mean, what's great? What's considered great? If America's great, what makes us great? What makes us great? What is so great about America? What does it mean to be great? What does it mean for a country to be great? What makes a country great? Based on what? See, and this is the issue that I have with people far and wide. That people don't have even a basic set of standards, a modicum of standards. They just say the words great because it sounds great. Sounds great. We're the greatest country in the world. We're the greatest country in the world. Remember the other day, Penny, you was like, oh, Indiana's so beautiful. Indiana's so wonderful and beautiful. Remember that? Remember you were saying that? You thought Indiana was so beautiful. You really thought that. You Remember I had to show you? Yeah, about that. The sad part, is I didn't even show you the worst. I didn't even show you the worst. I wish I would have had taken pictures at the time. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You really thought Indiana was. Nah, I'm just playing. But no, on some real shit, there are places in Indiana, I swear to God, you would have blinked and you would have thought you were in some third world country. I'm not even shitting you. I'm not even shitting. There are places that if you were driving by, you would have thought, oh my fucking God, is this Iraq? Is this Syria, Afghanistan, the Congo or some shit? Because people are literally living in extreme fucked up situations. Poverty is sad. Like, I swear to God, there are places all over the country like that. That if you didn't know that they were there, you would never know. Because what do you get... Fam, you do not have to... Man, y'all be killing me with this shit. Y'all don't have to announce every fucking thing that y'all doing, man. It's okay, fam. You don't have to say, I'm sorry. You have to say you're sorry if you're not hitting that like, hitting that notification bell, hitting that subscribe button, joining the Patreon, checking out the outrageous EP on all available platforms, checking out the motherfucking Furious Styles Volume 1 mixtape in the Discord. If you're doing that shit, you ain't got nothing to be sorry about. Because guess what? I talk about the same shit every fucking day. I talk about the same shit with a few nuggets of new shit every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I show y'all some different shit every now and then. Because there's so much shit. But the main thing remains. It's the same shit. That's like telling me, oops, sorry, Pastor. I had to go to the bathroom. It's okay. I talk about the Lord Jesus every Sunday. Talk about the Lord Jesus. Trust me, it's the same Bibles, the same message. I'm telling you, the Lord saith, the Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh, and the Lord works in mysterious ways. The same message every time, over and over and over and over and over. As long as you putting that money in that collection plate, I don't give a fuck, son. I don't give a fuck. Give us that money. Give us that money, and then I promise you that the Lord, one day in the far future, is going to check out something. Just keep giving us the money in the Lord. The Lord. It's all good, man. It's all good. Just do your shit. Just go. If you get a phone call, just go talk on the phone. Just go talk on the phone. You already missed like an hour, bro. It's okay. Like, I don't give a fuck. Handle your shits. Keep donating to the collection plate, and you'll be alright. I'll forgive you for your sins if you fucking donate to the collection plate. The Lord will forgive you. Long as you keep tithing and offering. Tithe and offer to the Lord. I mean, the rage. I mean, the Lord. Yeah, the Lord. The Lord. It's alright. But no, some real shit. Like, the fact of the matter is, it's so impossible to make changes because there's too many of these entities standing in the way. Co-ops would be a great help. It'd be a great help, but kind of impossible when we have these entities that are standing in the way. Most people don't even know what a co-op is. And yes, we will be heading into the Discord afterwards. I'm going to take a break. But, yeah. We're going to be in the Discord later. So... But the problem is that there, like I said, there's so many of these different entities. Alright then. The Lord gonna hold you to that. The Lord, I'm telling you, The Lord told me to tell you, bro. Wait, what did you say, God? Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, he's right. Look, I'm just a messenger. I ain't make this up. The Lord told me to tell you. Donate to the collection plate before he slaps you. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what the Lord. Hey, that's what he told me. He told me. Totally told me. I mean, there are co-ops. Co-ops do exist, but like I'm part of a subreddit called co-ops. But see, the problem is, again, we have a media that's dominated by corporations. I remember when I used to be such a huge lover of the MSN to the BC, the MSNBC. I used to watch it every fucking day. I remember I used to watch Rachel Maddow. And she used to always say, because at the time, they were sponsored or maybe owned by GE. I forget if they were sponsored or if they were owned by GE. But she always had to say, just letting you guys know, something about GE. Something about GE. General Electric. GE, guys. Anyway, so isn't Donald Trump so fucking horrible and terrible? Yeah. See, check this out, man. There's all these different entities, like I said, that benefit from the status quo. You got politicians, right? They get co-opted by these corporations because in order for politicians to run for election, they need money. You know how they say it's a popularity contest? Well, yes and no. No and yes. Yes and no. Yes. Yes. It's a popularity contest. The more popular you are, the higher the chances you have of winning the election. But in order to gain that popularity, you need to either be somebody who's already popular or you need exposure. Yeah, they get chosen out of a pool. But see, the thing is, anybody with money and or fame, resources, they are immediate contenders. If Kanye decides he wants to run for president, he's running for president. He's a billionaire. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they decide they want to run for president, totally schmoly can. They got it. Elon Musk, as I showed y'all, is worth, he's the richest man in the world. He's worth 200 billion some odd dollars. He could easily run for president. He's well known. He's good for it. He's got a lot of connects, got a lot of contacts, makes a lot of fucking money. There's literally nothing stopping him from running for president right now. Being like, you know what? I'm just gonna get into the race right now. You know, even though Kamala and Trump are running, you know, I feel like I want to run right now. Now, he probably would have missed some deadlines, but you know, rich people don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They don't give a fuck about that. Deadlines, hindrances, you know, I can just pay him and her and them and they and just say, hey, nah, I'm not doing it. The thumbnail that I used for today, for this live, I'm going to show you the full image that I used for that, if I can find it. Which always seems to be a problem. 'Cause I'm blind. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's not it. No, check this. This is the image I used for this fucking thumbnail. He tweeted this shit. He literally tweeted this bullshit. He's willing to serve for the Department of Governmental Efficiency. I don't know about you. Maybe I'm crazy. Not the guy that I would want for such a job. Yes, he's really fucking rich as fuck. Rich as hell. But, you know how people say, oh, I like Trump because he's a businessman. We should run government like a business. No, the fuck we should not. That's like the worst idea possible. Hey, everybody, let's try to make as much money as we can, cut as many coins as we can, give all the money to all the people at the top, and give very, like, crumbs to the people at the bottom, and just say fuck everybody. Yeah, doesn't sound like a great idea to me. That's just me. So, we have these, you know, so in order to run for office, you gotta raise money as much as possible. If you ain't got it like that, if you don't just have it, if you ain't Elon Musk, you just got it like, hey, here's $1 billion fucking dollars, play my commercial during the Super Bowl, you know, you gotta get that money from somewhere. And if you can't get it from the people because you don't actually care about people, you're going to try to get the money from the people who got the most money, the rich, the banks, and the corporations. Well, these motherfuckers ain't just going to give you the money just because. They're not going to be like, hey, I support you. Here's some money. No. If they're going to give you money, it's going to come with some stipulations. It's going to come with some consequences and repercussions. Here, I'm going to give you the money, but when you were running for office, this is what you need to be pushing for. And when you're in office, this is what you need to be pushing for. And if you don't, guess what? I'll run somebody against you and then have them beat you in the primary, and you can get the fuck out of my face. Right? That's why these fools cater so much to the rich and the banks, the corporations, because the rich and the banks and the corporations are the ones that are buttressing their fucking campaigns. That's why soon as they made Biden drop out, oh, she magically raised $100 million overnight. If you think that she got $100 million, if you think she got $2 million from people, something is wrong with you. I'm talking about regular everyday people. $100 million overnight. Overnight. Like the next day. Think about that. Think about that. That $100 million could be used for all sorts of great shit, but it's being used for her campaign. But at the same time, we barely are getting any words about her particular policies and ideas that she wants to push. At this point, her idea is, I'm not Trump, so vote for me. So what do you know? Motherfuckers get in the office and they push for policies that don't hardly ever help us at all. Democrats been in office for 4 years, and what exactly have they done to help improve our lives? Oh, right. Kamala went to a Planned Parenthood one time. Totally helped me out. Kamala Harris went to a Planned Parenthood once. I know, amazing, amazing, world changing. She went to a fucking Planned Parenthood. Because no vice president or president's ever been to a Planned Parenthood, so she changed the world by going to one once. I wonder if a president's ever been to a Toys R Us. I wonder if that will change anything. Wonder if a president's ever been to a fucking cheesecake factory. I know, it might blow the fucking world up. You see a fucking president go to a Citgo gas station. Yeah, shit's blowing my fucking mind. So we see enshitification in every form of everything in terms of politics, because like I said, these fools aren't talking about the issues that actually matter to us. Now they've just, decided that they're going to rely on fear-mongering as their marketing scheme. Oh no, look at Trump! Oh no! Oh no, look at fucking migrants eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs. And what about the poor, wonderful children? We have to protect the beautiful children, because otherwise something. Oh no, the children. No. Meanwhile, children are dying and unaliving and being unalived all day. And thoughts and prayers. See, the fact of the matter is, there are too many entities that are benefiting from the status quo. They have an incentive to make everything worse for their bottom line. Oh, you love video games? Well, okay. Well, things that used to be made available, you gotta pay for now. You want a new hat for your character? You want a new skin for your character? You want to play a couple extra levels? You gotta pay. Every little thing you got to pay. You can pay for a package. You can pay for each individual item. You want a new fork for your Sims character? You gotta pay for that. 99 cents per fucking fork, per silverware. And then, like I said, media far and wide pushing these ideas that you can't fucking talk about this shit. They will love to push these goofies that don't talk about shit. All they talk about is vote blue no matter who, vote red till you're dead. Ain't no nuance, ain't no substance, ain't no talk about, okay, what are the issues? How do we actually figure out how to fix them? Instead, what you see are these military operations, these intelligence agencies doing everything possible to manipulate people's minds, to shape people's, condition people's behavior and ideas, ideologies, so they do everything possible not to focus on the issue. So that's one of the reasons why I brought up Iran-Contra earlier, right? Because when you have a drug pandemic, epidemic, where you have people suffering from all types of substance abuses on top of mental health issues, especially when it's exacerbated with environmental degradation, all these things combined, propaganda, what have you, it makes it so that we can't focus on how we can actually practically solve these issues, how we can use technology and innovation, science and all this stuff in order to actually solve these issues, how we can get to the bottom of how do we actually solve these problems. And then it gets worsened when you have the powers that be doing everything possible straight up to just sabotage the people, the very people who are fighting for progress, who are fighting for solutions, who want to see these problems get ended once and for all. They want to see these problems get solved once and for all. Right? Like when we look at the civil rights movement, what the fuck were these motherfuckers doing? All they wanted was saying, hey, treat us like fucking regular people. Alright? We're people too. We bleed too. We hurt too. We think too. We work too. We're people. Apparently that was too much. The FBI was like, nah, fuck that. Pew, 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 pew. Take him out, take her out, take him out, take him out, take him out. Oh, you don't like war? Well, we'll take all of y'all out. Die, you fucking anti-war protesting assholes. Yeah, you commie bastards. Yeah, that's our fucking, that's our fucking military. That's our police forces. That's law enforcement. That's government. Why would they have such a huge issue with people protesting against war? To the point where they will literally murder these fucking people. For what? So that's why I brought up Iran Contra. That's why I brought up all these different things. MK Ultra, right? The MK Ultra affair. Basically, the government performing all types of experiments on people to understand drugs and also understand how to control people's minds. And when you put all these different things together, MK Ultra with Operation Mockingbird, with the fucking Iran Contra, with fucking COINTELPRO, with the propaganda that we see on a constant basis, with, you know, fucking what's it called? Citizens United versus FEC and McCutcheon versus FEC. Rising profits for companies, for organizations, individuals, for whole industries. You have a recipe of enshitification disaster. That's how you see people have so much distrust with the government, which is why when Trump lost the election in 2020, people ran up in Congress and said, fuck this shit. Right? Because even though they like to say, no, there was no shenanigans whatsoever, it's not what they said in 2016. Not what they said back in 2000. People would rather catch chlamydia than fuck with this government because we don't trust it. That's why when the COVID pandemic happened, we seen so many anti-vaxxers who were anti the vaccine so hard they were like, no, 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 even to this day. Because a lot of it has to deal with the distrust that people have with the government. Because we know that they're full of shit. So even if the vaccines were made with our best interests at heart, because let's face it, that's how I believe. That's why I believe there was that the COVID shit is real. Because if it wasn't, I feel like corporations wouldn't just intentionally lose billions of dollars if there wasn't an actual pandemic. Doesn't make any sense, right? So that's why this shit became a huge issue. That's why we had to shut down. That's why we had to fucking, you know, that's why these pharmaceutical companies came up with these vaccines. But the problem is that our government has done nothing to earn our trust. And when they do things like, you know, we've talked about before, where the Supreme Court can say, yeah, bribery totally legal, totally fine. Long as you can't show any clear-cut quid pro quo, who cares if you buy a politician a Lamborghini or give them a new Rolex watch or just give them $100,000 in cash? Long as you can't show that they use these things, that they receive these things as a direct result of some particular vote that somebody wants them to give, totally fine. Totally schmotally fine. That's why even our name, the name of our country, the United States of America, cap as fuck, we're divided as fuck. We can't even argue, we can't even agree on what reality is. We can't even say nothing about reality without people getting their panties in a bunch. We see all these different politicians coming in, change you can believe in. Or what's Kamala's shit? We gotta move forward. What the fuck is moving forward? The hell is moving forward? In terms of what? We have become so stagnant. We've become so complacent. We've seen no real forward movement other than for the rich, the banks, the corporations. They making record profit. The motherfucking Fortune 500, they doing great. Fortune 500, oh my God. The fucking stocks ain't never been better. Meanwhile, we see poverty all over the place, hunger all over the place, homelessness all over the place. And we can't even talk about it. These fools running for president won't even talk about it. Because it's by design. It's by design. And if we dare talk about this shit, shutting us down, we're getting limited, we're getting ruined. And it's so impossible for us to grow so that we can create a groundswell of all of this shit because they don't want us to make any progress. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do. Because you see all these different organizations, you see all these different creators, all these different people, they got all this money. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about, nigga, one NBA player can make $300 million. Jason Tatum just signed the fucking biggest NBA contract, $300 million for like 5 years. And that's not even counting re-ing up. When he re-ups for his next contract. The money's just going up and up and up and up and up. That's just one guy. $300 million. But I showed y'all the top 10 list. 10 people. The 10 richest people in the world. Worth over $1 trillion. By themselves. 10 people. 10 people. Their net worth is multiple times that of the entire budget of NASA. The entire budget. And fucking Elon Musk gets money from NASA. You feel what I'm saying? That's the game. That's the game. So this is what creates the paradox of progress. The paradox of progress. How can we progress if we have all these different entities working directly in the way of it? Because the whole point of me bringing up all this money, all this net worth, all these fools have all the resources it takes to accomplish the progress that we need if they wanted to do it. If the 10 richest people in the world were like, yes, we want to make the world a better place. We want to rise up on the Kardashev scale. We want to create a better society for ourselves. We could do it. So let's come together and do it. They would do it. Well, there's a thing. Here's the thing, Penny. Like I've said before, one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite rappers, Can I Bus? Since it became a lucrative profession, there's a misconception that the movement in any direction is progression. Even though the potency of it lessens, big money industries writing checks to suppress the question, and nobody gives a fuck no more. No one goes to the bookstore ever since the confluence of Moore's Law. So basically, enshitification. So it doesn't matter what direction we go in. It's always progress because the media tells us it's progress. Even though the potency of it lessens, right? So it's like with drugs, right? Enshitification. Let's water down the potency of the product and sell it for the same price or even charge more. So now you're getting less for more. So we're going to give you a product that's not as good. We're going to water it down and we're going to increase the price. You know, the inflation, you know, oh my God, the inflation, you know, it's just, it had to happen because, you know, the economy, you know, the economy. And then like I said, or like Cannabis said, big money industries writing checks to suppress the question. In other words, motherfuckers get paid not to talk about the issues that matter. They suppress the question. They suppress our ability to question the way things are. You don't get to ask, right? It's just like the theism industrial complex. You don't doubt God. You can't question God. How dare you question God? That's one of the main reasons why they shut me down too. Because how the fuck? Yeah, it's deep as fuck. I ain't seen it all, but I've seen enough Really unbelievable stuff. It's a lot of times that I don't want to speak, but I'm stuck. I should leave this rap shit alone and kick my incredible rhymes in the privacy of my own home. My imagination is my own. The liberty to speak freely lyrically on the microphone. That's also Cannabis from the same song. One of the greatest songs ever made. It's called Poet Laureate 2. I've played it for my people in the Discord where we will be after this live. You can fuck with me on my shit and we can kick it, hang out. Penny, I ain't seen you in there in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the first motherfuckers there. I ain't been seeing your ass. What the fuck? The hell is wrong with you? You don't want to kick it with your boy no more? No, it's all good. I know you be having shit to do. Can't spend your whole damn day with your boy. I get it. But no, it's just like they do everything possible to ensure that's right, Silk. The no fucking cap zone! The no cap zone where we have a strict dress code, not get off of that cap and shit. But see, this is what I'm saying. The media companies, like this is why I bring up Operation Mockingbird all the time. Even if you say, oh, it didn't actually happen or it was, overblown, it's just, hyperbole. The fact of the matter is, why do we not see media people in high position, people with hundreds of millions of followers, people with hundreds of millions of dollars, or whatever the case may be, the people who are at the forefront of media, people who are the ones getting the most views, the most likes, the most clicks, the most money, the most sponsorships? Why aren't they talking about none of this shit? Or why don't they ever talk about barely any more than this shit? I'm talking about motherfuckers that got millions of followers, millions of subscribers, millions of paying customers. Long reach. Huge reach. Why is it that they don't talk about the shit, but I talk about the shit? I can't get no reach. I can't get no views. Or I can start to get views, but then I get shut down. I get suspended for weeks at a time, every time. Even when we only have a few people watching, a few, like literally barely even a handful of people watching, they gotta suppress me for 7 days at a time. Well, I gotta get banned. You mean to tell me all these other creators can get all types of hundreds of thousands of millions of followers easy, but I'm getting shut down and shut down and shut down and shut down, shut down and shut down and shut down and shut down? Because I have the nerve to question what these motherfuckers are doing and how they're going about it. The fact that they lack transparency. The fact that they can't show us how they go about doing shit. Like yesterday, some of y'all were saying like Silk, you were saying I guarantee it wasn't the person. In fact, you said today, you say you guarantee it wasn't the person. I'm like, we would never know. We don't know. We don't know. It's not like they're gonna open their books or show us how they go about doing shit. That's the point. They don't have to. They can just say. No, we have a whole team that determined, but they don't have to explain anything. They don't have to answer for anything. And there's not enough people to put enough pressure on these motherfuckers to demonstrate that these motherfuckers are full of shit. And that's by design. So that's why it gets so hard, so fucking hard to understand the truth, to get to the bottom of what's true and how we can actually solve these different issues. Because the ones that have it, they don't want us to have the truth. They don't want us to make a difference. That's why the truth gets obscured. That's why us who are telling the truth, we get suppressed. And those that spread lies, they get promoted all the time. We see it all the time. These motherfuckers getting millions of followers, capping all day. Like I was talking about Alex Jones. Alex Jones building $1 billion empire with cap. All day. Cap. He's such a liar, he caps about capping. It's absolutely absurd. So now we live in this time where, like I've said, we can't even talk about shit. So, to sum up, the paradox of progress. The paradox of progress. In relation to moving up on the Kardashev scale. So, as we develop all these technologies, all these abilities, all these innovations, we at the same time are grappling with all these issues of societal, political, and economic systems that are set up to work against progress. We've reached the state of progress. They helped us reach the state of progress up to where we're at now, where now we're seeing stagnation happen. And in fact, these fuckers are working against progress, because progress means these entities, these individuals, these people will end up having to lose out on their way of life for us to continue to progress socially, environmentally, economically, technologically. And that's where ethics start to come into question as to whether or not we're doing things ethically, whether or not we're doing things the right way. And because of this short-term mindset, the unlimited growth model, short-term profit model, instead of actually having a long-term focus, it leads to enshitification, both in the corporate and political spheres, which actually prioritizes the short term over the long term. You don't see politicians very often campaigning on long-term ideas. They talk about it, but they don't campaign on it. They don't talk about it too often. Every now and then they might mention it, but they don't really talk and campaign on a vision that they have for America. See, when Dr. Martin Luther King gave his "I Have a Dream" speech, he gave us a clear vision. He gave us a vision of what he wanted to see humanity accomplish. Nowadays, all you see is motherfuckers just talking about bullshit, mudslinging all fucking day. $50,000 for fucking small businesses, $6,000 for new families. Okay, cool. But what is your vision? What do you see the impact of your presidency having on the future of America beyond just the years that you're in office? What impact do you want to have directly? And be clear. What impact do you want to have? They don't talk about none of that shit. And we don't talk about this shit as people. So as a result of that, these motherfuckers, they campaign on vague catchphrases, vague ideas, no real clear policies that they are promoting, that they push for, that they actually accomplish. And we see all sorts of the resources that we use, that we paid for in taxes, being mismanaged and misused in all these different ways that we never had a say in at all. Right? We've seen all types of suppression of different kinds of truth, innovations, the possible cures and treatment methods for various diseases. We've seen the prices constantly increase on some price gouging shit. You can get one piece of medicine for $10 in some other country, but here it's $10,000 a pop. We see all kinds of underfunding for innovations in favor of vested investments of the status quo. Right? Alternative energies. We can't just fund it because The coal companies, the oil companies, the fracking companies, they got to get their paper. They are the motherfuckers that denied climate change in the first place, which helped to fucking exacerbate the problem by convincing people that there wasn't a problem to begin with. To the point where now we still have people to this day. It's all good. I'm ending the live right now. I'm just going over the last few points. So you could just stay for a couple minutes. Now get your ass. You know what? Get the fuck on somewhere. So fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, Joe capping that. You know you be capping all. No, I'm just playing. But no, some real shit. Like we've seen all these different things happen where these entities, they've convinced people that there isn't even a problem. As I told y'all before, there's this one chick I went to college with that I showed her NASA's climate change page, climate.nasa.gov. She just totally dismissed it. Completely. Completely dismissed it. And we have people far and wide who dismiss facts and data. Either because they have such distrust in the government or because they've been misled by whatever, entities out here that are spreading disinformation, misinformation, and causing them to be cynical as opposed to skeptical. Right? There should never be a problem with questioning anything. But we live in a time now where you're actually discouraged from questioning things. And in fact, you're encouraged to just outright reject things regardless of the evidence that they pose. Right? And as a result of all of these things, we see all of this artificially induced international conflict, domestic conflicts that occur. After the live, I'm going to take like a 10-15 minute break. And then I'll be in the Discord. And I'm ending the live pretty much right now. I'm just going over the points that we talked about, trying to put a bow on what we talked about for the last nearly 3 hours. So I'm summing things up right now. So, as I've stated, we see all these fools in office talk about all these different world leaders that are threats to democracy. They're so horrible and terrible, and yet these same people saying this shit doing photo ops with those terrible, horrible dictators that they were talking about. Doing photo ops with them, smiling, cheesing, shaking hands and all that. You know what I'm saying? And the whole point is, if we ever hope to improve as a society, to move up on the Kardashev scale, that would require international cooperation. But instead, we see just these constant divisions on some 1984 shit. Eurasia. Oh, we got a problem with this country. Now we got a problem with that country. Now this country is our friends. Now that country is our friends. It's like, why aren't they just working together? What are they beefing for? I don't have a beef with Russia. I don't have a beef with Russians. I don't got a beef with North Koreans. I ain't got a beef with Chinese. I ain't never been there. I ain't never been in any of these countries. So, what the fuck I gotta see a war with them for? Why I gotta see some Cold War shit? Aren't our leaders supposed to be working towards diplomacy? Isn't that supposed to be like, I don't know, their fucking job? So why then do they love to get on here, get on the fucking media and say all this dumb shit instead of doing their fucking job to the best of their ability? And now it's gotten to a point where we can't even agree on what reality is so that we can talk about how we can manipulate our collective reality to our collective benefit so we can improve as a society, so we can create a well-functioning society for ourselves, so that we can snowball our ability to innovate and improve and innovate and improve and innovate and improve. Instead, we see the opposite happening. We're seeing a regression, the worsening of things. People are failing and failing and failing and failing and failing at the maths and the sciences, the maths and the sciences, the maths and the sciences. In favor of religious delusion, in favor of conspiracy theories, in favor of nonsense. Damn, that's fucking whack. I hope you beat his ass. But regardless, I ain't got a personal beef with China. I might not like some Chinese people here and there. Oh, damn, that's whack. Shouldn't have been talking shit. Damn, motherfucker, I'ma hit you. Doing shit. All of a sudden, now you trying to hit my phone countless times, man. Damn. So, the fact of the matter is, we don't have a well-informed populace because most people don't be knowing half the shit I'm showing y'all. And because I show y'all this shit, you have entities like TikTok or other social media companies that want to stop us from spreading knowledge, from spreading the truth, so that people can become well-informed citizens, so that we can make the best possible decisions on our best course of actions forward, so that we can actually be logical, reasonable. That's why they don't teach logic in the schools. They don't teach critical thinking in the schools. That's fucked up. Sorry to hear that, fam. And so then we have manufactured scarcity. The haves and the have-nots. We act like we can't solve world hunger even though we got all this food waste, even though we have all these people with fucking all these accesses to resources, and we act like we can't divert some of these fucking resources to people who need it. That's why I say we're the greatest, as long as you don't grade us. We're the greatest, as long as you don't grade us. So that's why I do what I do. Because we need to figure out actual solutions to get over the hump before we destroy ourselves as a human race, as a population, as earthlings. We have to realign incentive structures in business and politics to favor long-term thinking, sustainable practices, innovations that help improve our quality of life, not just fucking profits. The profit motive might have been cool like a couple hundred years ago, but now that we have all of this technology, now that we have all of this mass communication and all this ability to interconnect, capitalism is not the way to go anymore. We need to foster cooperation among the various countries, among all these different entities that exist. Alright, cool. Good for you. We need a well-informed populace that understands shit, that understands how to think. Like how to think, not just be told what to think, but that understands how to think, so that they don't get constantly duped and scammed in the scam capital of the world, the capital of the world, by all these capping ass motherfuckers spreading disinformation or framing the truth in different ways to obscure actual truth. You feel what I'm saying? We need to knock it off with the infinite growth model. It's unsustainable. Yes, we need a whole new paradigm. We need more and more and more transparency, not less. These corporations, these fucking entities, love you too. Love you too. Yes, we do. We do. One step at a time. That's why they fighting us tooth and nail. That's why I was telling Silk earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if the intelligence agencies are watching us right now. If they weren't suppressing us right now, if they weren't fucking pushing TikTok to shut us down, or if TikTok just did it because they hate us, whatever the case may be. But we need more transparency. We need more government transparency. We need more transparency for all these corporations. There's no way any fucking social media company should have the freedom to pick and choose who they fucking support and don't support. I don't give a fuck. If what I said was so bad, what the hell is so hard about telling me about what I said that was so bad? Why can't we have a dialogue? Why can't we have a dialogue concerning what's acceptable and what's not? That's the whole problem with all of social media, with all of media, with our country. We can't have a dialogue. We can't have regular ass conversations. Motherfuckers want to dominate and all this type of shit. Motherfuckers don't want to argue in good faith. Motherfuckers are just full of shit. So, in conclusion, there is no reason why we shouldn't be more advanced than we are right now. The only reason why is because the powers that be don't want us to be, because they only care about their own self-preservation. They only care about maximizing shareholder profit. They only care about rocking that Louis, that Fendi, that Prada, going to the club, getting nice cars, nice clothes, nice fucking jewelry, and whatever the fuck luxuries that they enjoy on a constant basis. And if human progress means that they don't get to enjoy all that shit anymore, or they don't get to enjoy it as much as they could, then they are going to do everything they can possible to fight tooth and nail against progress. And this is the issue that we have to fight right now. This is the most important issue that we face. This is at the core of the great filter hypothesis. We need to decide whether or not we're going to get over the hump, or if we're just going to be our own worst enemy and doom ourselves to destruction because the rich got to get richer and the poor got to get poorer, and fuck all the rest of us. This is the existential threat that we have to face. This is why it's so fucking hard. Because believe you me, if I had the type of wealth that an Elon Musk had, or even like a Drake, or even like a Jason Tatum, I would be doing everything possible to ensure that we actually get down to the nitty-gritty of these issues, so that we can actually ensure humanity's survival and enhance our quality of life as Americans and as a human race, as human beings. But instead, the powers that be do everything possible to ensure that we can't gain resources, that we can't move up, that we can't improve. That's why I need your help. That's why I need y'all to hit the like and the subscribe and to turn on the notification bell and to fucking join the Patreon and to fucking check out the Outrageous EP available on all streaming platforms, and to check out the Furious Styles mixtape, which is available on the motherfucking Discord, where we will be heading after this live and all that fucking shit. Because this is something that we as people need to do together. We, the people, have to be the ones to decide that we want a better future for ourselves. We can't leave it up to these goofies. That's why we don't have a democratic republic. It's become a hyper-capitalist, plutocratic, oligarchical, conquistocratic, kleptocratic, gerontocratic, theocratic, techno-feudalist corporatocracy. These fools do not have our best interests at heart. These old rich fucks want to steal all of our money, give it to the rich, the banks, and the corporations, and then use technology to convince us to keep enabling them to keep doing that, to keep enriching them, enabling them, to keep supporting them against our own best interests. And we have to decide right now that enough is a fucking enough. We're sick of the poverty, the homelessness, the hunger, the abuse, the violence, the environmental degradation, the sickness, the debt, the horrible schools, and the ignorant bullshit all over the fucking place. The toxic relationships, the toxic environment, the toxic fucking families out here, people growing up in horrible conditions, the widespread abuses that we see all over the fucking world, and all these rich ass, bitch ass motherfuckers ain't doing shit to help us stop none of this shit, because they want to keep getting fucking paid, even if it's to the detriment of the rest of us. Fuck that shit. If we want to ensure humanity's survival, we have to work together, interdependently with synergy, to create the environment that we want, to put these motherfuckers to the test, to hold these motherfuckers to task for their fucking bullshit. We gotta call them the fuck out. We gotta fucking make a big stink about every issue and force these motherfuckers either to do their fucking jobs or get the fuck out of our fucking faces. Alright? Now follow me on all my social medias, all the links, all my fucking page and shit. We're gonna be heading to the Discord in a little bit. But I'm going to take a small little break. And if I don't see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, then enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. And to the rest of y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. This has been another presentation of the No Cap Zone. Damn, you came in at the fucking end. Well, we're about to head to the motherfucking Discord, fam. This has been another fucking goddamn presentation of the No Cap Zone. Where we have a fucking strict dress code. Yes, I've been streaming for 3 hours. What the fuck is wrong with you? 3 hours. 3 hours. You came at the end. You came at the very end. But hey, thank you for coming through, though. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You can watch it back if you want. But, yeah, you came in at the end. You know I start streaming at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time every day. Unless otherwise noted. You know what time. What time? It's 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I bet. But this has been another presentation of the No Cap Zone where we have a fucking strict dress code. Now get the hell off with that cap and shit. The only cap allowed around these parts, you're thinking cap. Otherwise, you can miss me all that line capping, bullshitting. Don't try to bullshit the bullshitter, okay? Next time you try to bullshit the bullshitter, bullshit yourselves instead. Or knock it off with the cap and shit. Just knock it off. Just knock it off. Just knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it the fuck off. All right? Holla at your boy, man. Be safe out there.